All right, today we're going to look at a totally new way to think about math. We're talking about connecting those numbers you see in a textbook to the actual technology that's, shaping our entire world. So let's dive right in.
So let's just start with a question I think pretty much all of us have asked at some point. Is math just about classroom work, solving for X, cramming for the next exam? Is it just this thing that you do at school and then forget about? Or is there something more to it?
Well, check this out. Here's a totally different way to look at it. What if you could learn algebra today and at the same time see exactly how that same logic is what powers the AI you're going to be using tomorrow? Now that's a whole new vision for what math class could be. It's dynamic, it's relevant, it's all about the future.
Okay, so this really gets us to the main idea here. We've got to move beyond the textbook.
I mean, it's such a common feeling, isn't it? That disconnect. You're slogging through these problems and you're thinking, when am I ever going to need to find the surface area of a cuboid? It's that gap between the classroom and real life, and that's exactly the problem a new way of thinking is trying to fix.
So the big question is, how do you actually bridge that gap? Well, let's take a look at how a service called DStat Tutoring is doing it. They're pioneering a method that connects those abstract concepts directly to actual careers.
And you can really see the difference here. On one hand, you've got traditional tutoring. It's all about solve for X and pass the exam. And look, those skills are important for sure. But the DStat approach, it completely reframes things. It's about seeing math as the engine that powers AI, the tool you use for real-world problem solving. It's a huge shift from just learning what to understanding why.
So to put it really simply, DStat is a tutoring service that's built on this exact idea. The whole goal is to connect math to these super high-demand fields like data analysis and AI. So every single lesson you take is a real step towards knowledge you can actually use.
But it's not just about the technical stuff. There's actually a deeper philosophy at play here. It's this idea that how you think about learning is just as important as what you're learning.
And this is really the heart of it. True mastery. It isn't just about spitting out the right answer. No, it's about building the confidence, the resilience to look at a really tough problem and not give up. So yeah, mindset and skill, they're treated like two sides of the very same coin.
Okay, so the DStat method is basically built on 3 equal parts. You start with the core math concepts, right? But then you add motivation to build that positive, I can do this mindset. And then you bring in the modern tools to make sure everything you're learning can actually be used in the real world. It's the whole package, really. So what are these modern tools we're talking about? Well, they're not some afterthought, They're built right into the learning process. We're talking about getting hands-on with stuff like Excel, learning the basics of data analysis, and really grasping the ideas behind AI. And listen, this isn't just about padding your resume. This is the language of the modern workplace. It's what people are actually using out there.
All right, so this all sounds great in theory, but you might be wondering, okay, who is this actually for? Let's break down some of the specific people who could really benefit from this.
The thing is, it's actually super broad. It could be perfect for a 10th grader who's struggling with sequences, or maybe a grade 11 student who's trying to wrap their head around geometric transformations. It could even be for an adult who's already in their career and just wants to boost their Excel and data skills to get that next promotion. The whole point is, it meets you right where you're at. And you know what? Getting started is super simple. There's no big hurdle to jump over. If any of this sounds like it's for you, it's really just a matter of connecting online. And that accessibility is huge, because it means more people can get in on this.
So as we start to wrap this up, it's pretty clear we're not just talking about a better tutoring session here. It's a bigger idea. It's about a fundamental shift in how we think about and how we teach math. And that's what this quote is all about. It reframes the whole thing. It's not just a service you buy. It's a movement. A collective push to make learning more relevant, more motivating, and way more connected to the future that we're all building together. You can really boil this whole vision down in just 3 words. Math, that's your foundation. AI, that's the future, where you apply it. And growth, that's the result, for you as a person and for all of us. Simple, but really powerful when you think about it.
So we're going to leave you with this final thought. In a world that is absolutely driven by data, how you engage with numbers, well, it's literally going to shape your opportunities. So it's a question worth asking yourself. How will your future add up? Thanks for joining us for this explainer.